Season 9, Episode 2. We're about ready to begin of Signs and Portents. We're about ready to find out more about these protomatter detonations. We have a Klingon officer that has been assigned to us, along with Captain Kamarke. Put the core on screen.
Guavan, I am General Rodek, Security Advisor to the Lakari. I have read your report on the incident at 20 Draconis. If the Tzenkethi are behind all this, we must be ready to meet them in battle.
I agree, General. The Tzenkethi are quite formidable.
Do you have any questions?
What have you learned so far?
We know the Tzenkethi have developed a protomatter weapon. What we do not know is why. They have not attacked any of our enemies with this weapon. This is puzzling, considering their proximity to several key Federation systems. The Empire has asked, what drives the Tzenkethi to use such a weapon? And I intend to provide the answer. Do you have any questions?
No questions. Let's get started, General.
The Lakari are just ahead, and eager to begin the search.
Setting a rendezvous course now. The LSS Reveska. Much different than the Concordium. And the fact that it's triangle-shaped.
It's good to see you again. It looks like we have another incident to study. We sent out a number of long-range sensor probes to this sector recently. After the events of 20 Draconis, I took the liberty of setting the probes to scan for protomatter. I'm afraid they found something. Let's begin our search by sending a short-range probe to the nearby planet.
Right.
Protomatter is the weapon of a coward, but we respect its power.
Protomatter can also be quite beneficial, General, when used properly.
In this case, it's not being used properly. And we have to find out why. Why the Tzenkethi are picking these planets. We're in range. Prepare to launch probe.
The probe is away. The atmosphere of the planet is so thick it will take the probe some time to get through the interference. While the probe is busy, we can collect data from the planet's moons. At least one moon has signs of protomatter energy. A closer look will give us more information.
The first moon is nearby. Let's move closer and scan it.
Perhaps the probe's information will give us more insight as to why these attacks are occurring.
We don't want to go to war with the Tzenkethi, but their method of using these weapons is an act of genocide. If need be, we'll confront them in a military conflict, but I'd hope to avoid such a conflict. After all, we did just survive the Iconian War.
Most curious. This is a Class Y moon. It's incapable of sustaining most known life forms, but it was scorched by protomatter recently. Why would anyone devastate such a place? I think we should take a look at the next moon.
Agreed. Let's head towards the second moon, see what we can find from that. It's a little bit farther away, but luckily I have impulse engines.
As a test site for the weapon.
If so, it was a poor choice. Why scour a world already devoid of life?
It sickens me to see protomatter used like this.
In range, prepare to scan the moon.
Another enigma, I'm afraid. This is a Class D moon, similar to Luna in the Sol system. incapable of supporting life, and yet it has been hit by a protomatter. Why? Perhaps the third moon will have some answers. Let's take a look.
If anything, the Zenketti are choosing targets that don't have any life signs, which, if anything else, I'd say would be understandable, but this is really confusing. They pick moons that have no life, and yet they pick planets that have life. Let's keep on going with our scans.
Another uninhabited moon, but one quite different from the first. What is the pattern?
This makes no sense. There is no tactical pattern to these attacks. There must be a reason, though.
A reason that we will
Let's figure this out
find.
quickly before more lives are lost.
If I had to guess, this next moon is probably devoid of life as well. Scanning the moon's surface.
Scanning. The moon is Class L. I'm picking up some ruins on the surface, some simple life forms. There's evidence of crude attempts at terraforming, but no signs of a protomatter detonation. It looks like there was an attempted settlement on this planet, but the project was abandoned. By the look of these readings, it took place over a century ago.
So if it wasn't hit by protomatter, they must have ignored this planet.
The probe we sent to the planet is active now. It's sending data back to us.
Alright, let's get some more answers from the data we collected. Science specialists, collect telemetry. We need to find out what the probe learned.
I'm detecting incredible levels of radiation, atmospheric pollution, ruins of great cities, and... Oh no. Based on these scans, I believe this is the planet Kentar, the original homeworld of my people. There are no signs of protomatter here. It seems Kentar was rendered incapable of supporting life long ago. By the Kentari.
I'm sorry, Captain.
I can barely believe what I'm seeing. I've always wondered what became of them, and now I know. Most Lukari thought something like this would happen, but some of us hoped they would see reason and overcome it. It saddens me deeply to see otherwise.
I understand.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Well, for starters, who were the Kentari?
Once we were all Kentari. Those who followed the teachings of the scholar Lukar came to be known as Lukari. The Kentari were obsessed with power and material wealth. Their pursuit of such things was destroying the people and the planet. The Lukari stood against those things, and for that, we paid a terrible price.
I see.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
Why exactly did you decide to leave your homeworld?
There was a terrible schism between Kentari and Lukari. It ultimately led to civil war. We lost. In the final days of the war, most of us chose self-imposed exile over death or imprisonment. We gathered on our remaining ships and left Kentar forever. To this day, that event is known as the Great Exodus.
I see.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
You seem surprised to find Kentar here. Why is that exactly?
Much about Kentar was stricken from our records, including its location. Only a few Lukari know of the homeworld. My crew and I were not among their number until now. It is a shameful matter that many of us would like to forget.
I understand.
I suppose you have some questions for me.
I've gotten all I needed. Let's continue with our mission. Alright, set a course for the next system, Warp 3. It bothers me to find out that we found Captain Camarque's original homeworld in ruins, but not by protomatter. put General Rodek on screen.
There has been a large-scale battle in this system. We are analyzing the debris. It appears the losing side possessed technology roughly a century behind our own. Preliminary scans indicate that the battle is very one-sided. I recommend we take a closer look at some of the nearby debris.
Alright, let's see who was involved in this one-sided onslaught. That's quite the debris field. It's either a massive amount of ships or one big one. Hopefully our scans will determine what's what. Science, and now analyze the debris.
Our scans are showing the wreckage of dozens of ships. They weren't all military either. I'm seeing remains of freighters, mining ships, research craft, even luxury vessels.
General Rodek, was this of the Zenkethi?
Unclear at the moment. We have not detected any Zenkethi debris in the field yet. Whoever did this was powerful, but not honorable. There is no honor in attacking the weak. I'm detecting strong energy signatures ahead. Further scans may prove to be more conclusive.
Great. Let's find out what those energy signatures will lead to us. Coming to a full stop. Fortunately, my momentum is carrying me. Alright. Begin scanning the debris.
Around 50 ships were involved in the battle. Many were lightly armed, if that all. I am reading traces of engine-grade plasma ahead. It does not match that left by the local craft. Perhaps the aliens managed to score a hit to the engines of an enemy ship. I suggest we advance and investigate further.
Agreed. Let's scan this energy signature. See who it belongs to.
This is all that is left of a Zenkethi vessel. It appears the aliens detonated the warp core of one of their capital ships after ramming the Zenkethi at full impulse. They fought with honor. For them, it was a good day to die.
And now we know who did this. But we still need to know why.
Perhaps they are testing the weapon against planets that are not part of the Alliance, hoping that we will turn a blind eye to their crimes. Once they have perfected the weapon, they will certainly use it on their old enemies. And their list of enemies is long. We should continue our investigation. There may be more clues in this area.
Very well, General. Let's keep on going. Looks to be another destroyed vessel up ahead. It's venting drive plasma, I think.
I'm receiving a distress call. It's very faint. I'm sending you the coordinates.
Alright. Well, they're not destroyed. They are disabled, though.
I don't know who you are or where you came from, but thank you.
Can you tell me what happened here, Captain?
What can I tell you?
Well, for starters, like, who are you?
Egan Burin, captain of the Pavini starship Bastion. Or what's left of her, anyway. Most of my crew was planetside on shore leave when the invaders warped into the system. We went into battle with a skeleton crew. It's a miracle we survived.
Indeed it is, Captain.
What can I tell you?
Do you have any nearby allies or safe havens?
No. We had no colonies, no allies from other worlds. Until today, we were our own worst enemies. The powers that be on Povin fought amongst themselves from time to time, and everyone thought we were one step away from a global war. In the end, we put all of that behind us to fight these aliens as one. And we still lost.
Well, you're still here, Captain. That's saying something.
What can I tell you?
Can we do anything to help you right now?
There might be survival pods from other ships out there among the wreckage. Could you look for them? We're doing all we can to keep life support running over here. I can't start a search and rescue operation on my own. If you have any engineers you could loan or some spare parts, my crew and I would be forever grateful.
Very well. We'll beam some engineers over to you while we search for the survivors. Transporter room, beam an engineering team to that ship. Alright, let's start looking for escape pods. They should have beacons that pop up. Yep, here we go.
Thank you, whoever you are. Thank you.
It's our job. Another beacon's ahead. Probably means another set of escape pods.
I thought no one would come. Thank you, strangers. Thank you.
One last group of escape pods.
Someone heard. By all the gods, someone heard the signal. I'm saved.
Alright, let's transport them back to their ship.
Thank you again. May we seek asylum among your kind? Please, we don't have anywhere else to go.
Very well. We're sending you the location of our starbase K-13. It's not far from here.
I've confirmed the captain's story. The planet nearby was hit by a protomatter blast. Estimated casualties in it. Check your long-range sensors. It just happened again. Another detonation.
Confirmed. Go to red alert.
It is time for a reckoning. The Zenkethi must pay for their crimes. We must go, now, before they escape.
Alright. Helm, set a pursuit course. Maximum warp. It's time to face the Zenkethi face on. Maybe they'll think twice. Very well, they may be preparing another bomb. Get us into position to transport on the planet.
Whatever the Zenkethi are doing down there, we need to stop it. Now.
Any tactical advice, General?
Target their cruisers first, if possible. The support they provide to their allies is difficult to deal with, as long as they are active. Now is not the time to sit and chew ligament. We should strike now, before they can destroy another planet.
Very well, General. Let's head on.
Whatever the Zenkethi are doing down there, we need to stop it. Now.
Full impulse. All hands battle stations.
This system has been claimed by the Zenkethi warship. Red alert! Present is unnecessary. Leave at once.
That's not going to happen, Zenkethi Captain.
You were warned. So be it. We now walk on the path of violence.
Actually, you're going to walk on the path of defeat. Close the channel. Arm weapons.
To battle, Commander. Fight well, and do not fear death.
If we must fight, we will fight to win, General.
For only her second voyage in space, she sounded pretty confident. I admire that about her. Zenkethi use Tetrion-based weaponry. It has been known to disrupt shields over time.
Strong. But we will be stronger.
Target that battleship.
More shields failing.
It is with Tetrion-based torpedoes. Bring us about.
Left shield failing.
Man, they're taking out our shields. Told you Tetrion-based weaponry can deal damage to shields. Let's see if we can't disrupt their systems.
Shield failing.
Just long enough to punch through their shielding. Activate high-yield torpedoes.
Rear shields failing.
I feel the Rescava did quite well in the first battle.
A good battle. Well fought. The honor of victory is ours.
Indeed, General. Let's not waste any more time, though. We gotta head towards the planet. Stop the Zenkethi. Full impulse. Very well. Transporter room, beam us down. Perhaps the Zenkethi be willing to tell us why they're doing this, although I don't expect them to talk. They prefer fighting over talking. If that's the case, I'll happy to oblige them. We just gotta find out why they're doing this. Why are they committing mass genocide? Why are they picking these planets? There has to be some connection. Got any recommendations?
Their weapon is inefficiently shielded. It leaks kaons at a level our tricorders can detect and track. I recommend we scan for elevated kaon levels and follow the signal.
Alright. We'll adjust our tricorders to look for kaon signatures.
The kaon particle traces lead into the valley ahead of us.
Oh, I see. They followed the waterfall. The rocks here are causing a lot of interference. We should take another set of scans to get our bearings.
Agreed. I trust his intuition. He knows something's there. Anything, General?
There! The Zenkethi!
They're big and angry.
We now walk the path of violence. So be it. Attack!
Fought you in orbit, I'll fight you on the ground.
Come, Zenkethi. See our true warrior fight. You will not stop us.
They got their grenaders. They may be big. And anything that big can always fall. It's just a matter of chopping them down properly. Why is he all the way up there? He could be fighting us down here.
So, there are some Zenkethi with a taste for battle. Cool.
Scans indicate they took the path to the east.
Let's head down the east.
Why would they destroy entire planets?
They must find some tactical advantage in these actions, for some reason.
I'm reading Zenkethi life signs ahead. They are waiting for us.
Good.
Good. We will meet them in glorious battle.
My sentiments exactly, General. We have no idea what's going to hit them. In fact, if they want to fight, let's do this hand to hand, or in some cases with melee weapons. General Rodek has a Batleth, I have my Mek'leth. They fight well. For people who decide to commit genocide, but in no way am I appealing to their tactics.
They are using delaying tactics. We must be getting close.
The path continues down from here. The protomatter bomb is still ahead of us.
Let's forge ahead.
Kaon levels are rising. We're getting closer to the protomatter bomb.
Stop them! This world must be cleansed!
Why must it be cleansed? Is there a reason for it? Don't want to tell us? Fine.
They fight like cornered rabbit tar. I can smell them.
There, just ahead. I see guards. They must be close.
They must be wanting to be defeated because we are taking them down piece by piece. I have fought in many wars, defeated many enemies, and I'm just going to add them to my list.
The trail ends here. I'm reading Zenkethi life signs inside that blocked-off cave.
Blasting through that rock will take time. Time in which we do not have. Any suggestions?
I'm reading a tunnel behind that waterfall. One that leads to the cave. We must move. Quickly.
Alright, let's forge ahead. Find that tunnel.
Move
Get in that
swiftly,
cave.
and we can take them by surprise.
There it is. That protomatter bomb.
Look! They've set up the protomatter bomb in here. But we'll need to clear the Zenkethi from the cave before we can do anything about the bomb.
Agreed. Let's take them down.
They clearly did not notice this entrance.
Gotta clear the cavern before we can start deactivating this thing. Come on. Oh, great. The tactical power thing went down. Another one bites the dust.
Oh my. That is a huge protomatter matrix. It's controlled by 3 regulator consoles, all active and cycling towards detonation. I can shut it down, but I need time. Cover me while I work.
We've got your back, Captain. Get those bombs shut down.
More Zenkethi! Defend the Lakari!
Shutting down Pylon Alpha.
For honor! For the Empire!
You want to fight? I fought bigger than you. I fought the Gorn. I knocked them out with my own 2 fists.
Soon, victory will be ours. Keep fighting!
Pylon Alpha is offline.
Go to Pylon Beta.
Shutting down Pylon Beta now.
Oh, I got an accolade. Defeated 500 Zenkethi. Deploying mines in this area. Why don't you pick on someone your own size?
Pylon Beta is shut down.
One more pylon.
Pylon Gamma is down. We're all clear.
Not yet. They hit hard. We hit harder. Another one.
Pylon Gamma is down. We're all clear.
Alright, let's get the rest of these Zenkethi out of the way.
It's done. All the bombs are deactivated. We can... Wait. Look! These crystal formations are very similar to those we found at the first protobombing site on Draconis 3. This can't be a coincidence. We may have found what the Zenkethi are targeting in these attacks.
And in so doing, do you have anything to add, General?
Word from the core. Zenkethi ships are dropping out of war.
Going to Yellow Springs? Beam us up. Well, now we got an idea why they're doing this. This ought to be interesting. Put the Zenkethi captain on screen.
Alliance vessels. I am Fleet Admiral Aurangzeb Tarak. As you now know, this system has been claimed by the Zenkethi Coalition. Further aggression on your part will not be tolerated. This world is not yours to defend. Leave now, while you're still able.
We do not recognize your claims, Zenkethi. Your forces have murdered millions. If you are the leader here, it is you who will answer for these crimes.
We're not going anywhere until this is over.
Then your choice is made. The path of violence. It is one I have walked many times, without fear, without remorse. Come, let us walk it together.
Indeed.
Fight now! For honor and glory! Come on!
Shields have failed.
Take out the frigates first.
Left shield failing.
That hurt.
4 shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%.
Basic maneuvers.
Shields failing.
They got their command ship.
4 shields failing.
Perfect. They got a cruiser out there now.
4 shields failing. Shields failing.
We're close to being down.
Hull integrity below 25%. Left shield failing.
Come on, hit them with everything you got. This ought to hurt them. Now, all ships target that command vessel.
Rear shields failing. Hull integrity. Hull integrity below 25%.
Come on. Also, they wish to talk now.
This is far from over. Tell your leaders the Zenkethi will not be denied. Those who try to stop us will be purged, their homeworlds cleansed. You have been warned. Test us at your peril.
Let them flee. Let them run to their masters and whimper like craven tars. Let them whisper of warriors who fight with honor and without fear.
I doubt we've seen the last of them, General.
You may be right. They may return and bring their protomatter weapon with them. Should that day come, I hope to meet them in battle once more with a warrior like you at my side. But for now, I must return to the Empire. There's a matter of great importance that I must investigate there.
It's been an honor, General.
I think we've found a big piece of the puzzle. I believe the Zenkethi are targeting planets with concentrations of those strange crystals. But why? A riddle for another day, I suppose. For now, we should return and share what we've learned. About everything. Including the fate of Kentar. Do you think they managed to survive somehow?
It's always possible, Captain. One could hope. Helm, take us out of the system. Warp 2. Well, that was quite the adventure, folks. Let's go ahead and hail our command contact.
So it's true. The Zenkethi have a protomatter bomb. All those lives. No one in the Alliance is comfortable with the Zenkethi having a weapon of genocide. What happened to those planets could happen to any world in Alliance space. We need to know more about it and how to stop it. We need to know more about these crystals you mentioned as well. If they're the key to these attacks, we need to know why.
I agree, Admiral. Okay, folks, that was episode 2 of season 9. I'll give you a sneak peek at episode 3. Things just keep getting weirder and weirder. Mirrors and smoke.
While searching for signs of weaponized protomatter, one of our long-distance research probes made a most curious discovery. It found a Class M planet at the heart of the Gonkra Nebula. That's not the most exciting news, however. The probe detected the presence of sentient life on the planet. The biosigns were very similar to our own. It is possible that we have discovered a lost tribe of Lukari. We're going to investigate, and we'd like some backup. The probe went offline rather suddenly after detecting the planet. These people might not be very friendly.
We'll be able to assist you, Captain. Okay, folks, I hope you enjoyed episode 2. I will see you for episode 3. Until then, this is Captain Chris Thorne, signing off.